Okay, I got it. I'll help you look for Monica, too. I'll ask Yuri tomorrow to see if she knows anything. And ask some of my old classmates, though I doubt they will really answer. But that's besides the point. What matters is finding her. Then we'll see when can we possibly meet. Then we go confront her. I wouldn't say make her pay, but at least we should know the truth.
Didn't you say you have a lot of deadlines to deal with recently? I don't want to bother you.
You are not bothering me. Hell, this isn't really about Monica. I want to see Sayori too. Talk with her. She was also a very important friend to me, you know. She helped me a lot. So save your typing. I'll come no matter what. If I don't get the time this month, then I'll search for it next month. I've got something to say to her. I want her to rest in peace too.
I don't know how to thank you, Natsuki. This is so helpful.
I've said it. Save your typing and get to the business before it's too late.
Okay. I turned off my cell phone. Taking a deep breath, I turned to Sayori. She really is a heavy sleeper, even without her snoring. I don't feel like waking her up at the moment, so I just take out my phone again to check the time. 4:44 a.m. Is it this late already? I didn't know we had such a long chat. She's not talking about sleeping either. Huh, guess we all are night owls. Just then I feel the hunger inside my stomach. Thinking of it, I haven't eaten anything since noon. I didn't turn my lights on as well. There are only some gloomy street lights from outside. I make my way to the kitchen, take out some bread we bought this morning. What should I eat? I decide to have some of the cookies in animal-shaped buns instead of the cakes. They seem more durable. Holding a glass of hot milk, I return to the bedroom with the steaming food in my hand. I gently open the half-closed door with my feet. Morning, sleepyhead. I place the food on the desk.
Oh.
Noticing she's not completely awake, I turn to take a bite on the cookie. The taste, though, is not that good after the freezing. I should have more back at the shop. There's good news.
Huh? What is it?
I found Nat.
Really?
Suddenly her drowsiness vanishes from her face, and a cheerful smile returns to her eyebrows, as if none of the previous breakdown had anything to do with her. I wish I could keep that smile forever. Yeah, I chatted with her a little bit. She's attending college in the north now.
Let me talk to her!
Wow, not so fast. It's 10 in the morning. She's got courses to attend.
Then why didn't you wake me?
Well, maybe it's because you were sleeping like a heavy sleeper. You'll probably still be doing it if I hadn't had breakfast.
Maybe.
Alright, my bad. But there's something else that you'll definitely be interested in. I keep saying, along with her curious look. Yuri is in the exact same college as Natsuki.
Wow, that's so nice. How's the relationship?
Well, you know Natsuki. But I think it isn't as bad as she put it.
Thought so.
I told her about your situation. She will contact Yuri this weekend and we'll meet up sometime once we figure out where Monica is.
Monica?
Yeah, we're going to confront her. Don't you want to know what the truth is? I glance at my backpack.
Alright. Well, where do we start? It's been so long.
We can start with our high school. In fact, weren't we just about to visit there? I stand up to tighten my uniform.
Sure, but...
What is it?
I don't know.
Just don't think about it too much for now. It won't hurt to just take a walk around the school.
I guess.
We stand in the cold early morning breeze. A bus slowly stops before the board. I can see crowded people through the bleary window. The decompression valve lets out a rough breath before the hydraulic mechanism brings the door open with a loud clang. People waiting at the bus stop all crowd to the entrance, making the commute even more dense. I hesitate. How about we take the taxi? Statement, not a question.
Why though?
Because it's faster? I don't want to see the school gate shut when we arrive.
Huh.
Without her further question, I pull out my phone to call the cab. Before long, a white car approaches, driving us to the direction of old days. All the street lights are cut off synchronously. Buildings at our sides are also disappearing as they rapidly get pushed backwards into the grayish blue sky. We are entering the urban area. Our pace slows and the surroundings are becoming more and more familiar. At last, the driver leaves us at the school gate that I will never forget. We're not late. The first bell hasn't rung yet. Students are crowding across the gate, which is very convenient for us.
Don't you get caught?
That's impossible. Not if you report to the guard.
Huh, that depends.
I then take out my student's ID from back in high school, waving it before her.
You look so stupid in this image.
Who are you to judge me?
Me?
Then we walk through the gate, seemingly not drawing any attention.
I can't believe we're actually inside.
She runs around under the school building.
Everything don't seem to have changed that much.
It's also my first time. I step to the entrance of the stairs, looking at those students who are walking in a hurry.
What now? Are you going to attend the classes?
I don't think that's realistic, given this is not college. Let's just go straight to the club office.
Oh, it's Mr. Dan, right? But what if he doesn't work here anymore?
Keep your fingers crossed. Standing before the familiar office door, unceasing nervous crawls over me. I take a deep breath, then knock on the door.
A bit nervous.
Of course.
Monica must be feeling the same way when she came here to apply for setting up the club.
Don't mention her. I squeeze my thumb and index finger on my right hand. Who are...
Mr. Dan!
Good afternoon, Mr. Dan. I look at his mustache. It seems like, compared to us, the real adult doesn't change that much. Oh, hello. It's you. Welcome. I haven't seen you guys for a long time. Well, what brings you here? Yeah, I happens to have a spare day, so I thought I could come and pay a visit. Come in and have a seat. There are photos of all kinds of club activities hanging on the wall. The atmosphere is very lively. Some well-decorated frames are placed on his desk, and some elegant handwritten posters are sticking on the wall across it, along with various plushies and models. I sit next to his desk. I've noticed that there is a rather less decorated frame out there. It seems to have less people in it compared to other lively photos.
These must be photos taken from clubs.
Hey! I try to stop her as she goes straight through Mr. Dan's body. Well, he doesn't seem to notice. I'll just leave her to it.
Seems like you can't walk or talk with me right now. You have to work hard on it.
She starts to make faces before me. Oh, Sayori, oh, Sayori. I can see that you didn't change that much. And it's always nice to have you back, no matter under what kinds of premises. Yeah, life in college is kind of busy. It's a shame that I didn't come back to visit school in the past few years. Yes, you need to remember that life comes first. It is hard and cruel, but don't forget that we'll always be here to support you. Well, maybe in an insignificant way, but we'll try our best. Anyway, how's your life going? I'll say it's getting better. Good. I was right about you not being held back. Have you made some new friends? Oh, of course. Well, sitting and talking with me. Do you regret to have come this far? Don't push yourself too hard. If the stories end denies all your anticipation, I wish you could have the courage to start it over. I have no idea. Do you think that too much persistence puts you in the dead end? I'm a little confused. All of this is prepared for you. I believe you will have your own understandings once it's all settled. I wish you can learn more than what others have expected you to learn. Don't let your reality shatter in vain. Don't rush it, though. I'm sure you've still got half of the time to figure it out. He spins his pen in his hand. There was a piece of paper on his desk. I can't tell what's on it, though. Puff. Siri has finally broken my dense fence. Every nerve of mine is trying to bring my muscle to laugh. I'm trying my best to not laugh in front of Mr. Dan because it seems like he is having a serious conversation with me right now. Now you should know, we hardly see the real sadness amongst most of the tragedies. Okay, that's all I gotta say to you. And Hallie, I don't think you guys come to visit the school just for one reason, right? Yeah, I'm here for Monica. If I remember it correctly, she was your club president? Yep. I could never forget her. She's smart, athletic, always willing to help others. Like a bundle of sunshine, the literature club would be missing half of its soul without her. Are you looking for her? Yeah, I've got some questions to ask her. I think she did mention to me about which college she was admitted to. Because she had an excellent score on her graduation exam. It's been a long time, though.
Let me think.
He opens up the computer, searching for the information.
I remember it. I'll send the college to send you an email.
I appreciate it.
Other than that, I don't quite know. You could ask around the college. Just say hello to her for me, will you?
No problem. Sayori's looking at something on the table without making a sound.
You can sit here as long as you like. Make yourself at home. The clubs are about to start, though. I must go check on them.
He picks up the paper on the desk. Okay, see you around, Mr. Dan. I watch him exit the office with a file in his hands while receiving the email he has just sent me.
See you, Mr. Dan.
He turns around and files.
Take care of yourself.
So it was supposed to be Salvato. I realized too late.
Ellie, look at this. It's a club.
She whispers by my ear. I sit on Mr. Dan's seat and check that picture. 4 familiar people come into my view. Sayori is waving at the camera. Monica is clutching a paper and a pen against her chest while Yuri is holding a giant book, looking timidly towards the camera. As for Natsuki, well, she's holding her arms like a tough guy.
We took this picture not long after we set up the whole club. You were probably still sitting in your house watching anime back then.
That's good. How about I take a picture of it as a souvenir? Statement, not question.
Sure.
So I pull out my phone and record a moment that had been already recorded. Then we wander around Mr. Dan's office for another while, looking through the pictures of the clubs these years. Debate club, anime club, robot club. Robot club? Let's go.
Where to?
I open up the archive Mr. Dan just sent to me. It should point out where did Monica go after the graduation. My heart shakes. She's still in our city.
That's kinda convenient.
Yep, how about we go visit her right now?
What about Yuri and Natsuki? Aren't you supposed to wait for them?
You have a point. I scratch my head.
Anyway, how about we go grab a meal? It's close to dinner time.
Anything on your mind?
I don't
That's a really long line.
think you have any better ideas than mine.
She gives me a warm smile. We both laugh. Stepping out of the office, the freezing air of early morning embraces me. That's when I noticed that the air conditioner has been opened up back inside. Which is reasonable given that it is late winter now.
It must be snowing in Natsuki's place. How I wish I could have a snowflake with her. There must be a lot of snow in the north.
Considering it is still class time, and the club meetings haven't begun yet, Sierra and I can't revisit our old club room. And it would be suspicious for a student like me to wander around the campus during class time. So we decided to leave the school first. How about we just head back and finish what we bought yesterday?
Oh, come on.
You are killing my wallet. I'm not someone who can edit the number on the credit card at will.
Come on, Hallie. I happen to know a decent restaurant just near your district.
Here comes her classic scheme, which is hard for me to resist. But I won't give in to it. Out of the question. You're not going to go to any decent restaurant of yours until you've finished the ones you picked up from that bakery.
Huh. It's not like I'm the one who's going to eat them.
You almost sound like Natsuki. I giggle. How about this? We head back for lunch first, and I'll take you there for dinner.
Oh.
The taxi reaches us as we talk. Without her making further complaints, I open up the door and let myself in. Act 4. Half as much, twice as elegant. I have to say, this icing reminds me of Natsuki's cupcake.
Don't forget to tell her to bring some of her specials when we meet.
Haha, you know Natsuki is even better than before now. I take out my phone to show her the pictures Natsuki had sent me earlier. She said she has borrowed the college's kitchen and has learnt a bunch of new dishes. She won't let you down if she's really bringing her specials.
Then you tell her now.
Okay. Boot up my laptop. Looks like Yuri added me successfully.
Hallie, I hope this message finds you well. Natsuki came to me today and talks about you guys. How is Sayori doing?
Her message from hours ago was shown on the screen.
Let me talk to her.
Sayori comes in and sits on my seat, coinciding with me. I can feel the cold mist covering me. What? How are you going to do that?
Just sit and watch.
What?
Don't move.
Her tone suddenly gets serious. I sit tight, remaining in the pose of typing. Before long, I see the mist around me sinks into my clothes at the corner of my eyes, like a jade gets salvaged up from the frozen lake, sliding into my chest. The water stains on its smooth surface slowly evaporates as it gets infected by my body's warmth. Red strings run through the comfortable yet not too rough fabrics, sewing them together delicately. From where her clothes cannot hide, I see her undisguised shape, undeniable yet convincing. Her hands drift around mine for a few seconds before certainly getting attached to my coordinates in the third dimension. My pulse runs on a spring field at full speed, sending the boiling blood into the deepest part of my body. The rhythm of two hearts finally synchronizes as the humming inside my chest begins to guide my next move. My hand raises. I can see her outline connects with mine as we move together, covering my skin with cyan almost perfectly. I feel the hair tumbling down my forehead, touching my skin along with a slightly noticeable weight on the left of my head. My body gets lighter, gets warmer. And then I begin to chat with Yuri in Sayori's style on the keyboard.
Hey, Yuri!
Yuri isn't buying it at first, but she also doesn't believe that it is me talking with her. Luckily, Yuri's not that kind of person. Soon she's getting along with Sayori. Just when the atmosphere's starting to warm up, Natsuki has also joined the chat. The three of them come across time and space, meet again amongst the thriving conversation. I'm so happy to see them talking with each other heart to heart. Even though it's definitely impolite to stare at girls' conversation, there isn't a better way for it now, is there? They share every life detail with Sayori, about their college and the North, about books they've been reading, or the popular movies over the years. Natsuki shows them her poems. Yuri is describing the main character in her fantasy novels. Sayori, well, being herself, is asking a lot of questions about food in the North, especially Natsuki's specials. They are already discussing what to do once they meet. Yuri and Natsuki are asking about how much our city has changed since they didn't come back for a long time. Conversation goes on and on, like a story novel revealing itself. Everything gets back to that meeting before the festival. Everyone's having such a high spirit. Yuri's surprisingly changed. Her elegant vocabulary stays the same, but her nervousness and hesitation are handled incontrovertibly. She's welcoming and understanding. She speaks with clear logic and won't get immersed into her own world again, and I can no longer see shyness and inferiority complex in her sentences. Well, I mean, it's over the internet. She's probably a lot more sociable that way. As for Natsuki, she's just as cheerful as Sayori once the conversation warms up. I can definitely tell that Yuri and her are getting along pretty well. It really warms my heart to see they can still connect to each other after all these years. Chat ends in utter happiness as they have set up the meeting time. Even though there is the 4-digit number lying on the map in between, it shrinks to a grain of sand in the vast beach before their friendship. The ripples Sayori brings up on my face has flown to the far, far future. A cold wind blows, my hands sink. Sayori flies out of my body and gets imprisoned again by layers and layers of stiff cyan mist. How did you do that? Still smiling, I glance at the chat records.
I don't know, I just felt like it.
She rubs her bow on her head, on the head. Anything you want to play? I lean back against the chair, holding my head. We haven't actually relaxed since we met, just walking and walking.
Wait, what? Those anime games of yours?
No, those anime games, singular. Not exactly, depends on you.
Then I'm going to that restaurant.
How on earth have I forgotten that? Does this restaurant even exist? I feel like you were just making it up. Fine, let's go then. You lead?
Who else will then?
We head out from the house henceforward. Despite the sun being below the horizon, hot waves are still rising from the asphalt one by one, given that it is still the dusk of the midsummer. I have to unbutton my blazer. I thought it was winter.
Hallie.
Hearing her calling my name, I look at her in curiosity.
Say, how do you think Monica's been doing right now? She always mentioned that she's busy with studying and stuff. I wonder if she had it easier after her graduation. I don't want her to be like you guys.
She must have made a lot of new friends. Otherwise, why did Not and Yuri say she didn't contact them over the years?
That's not definite. Actually, she's...
She lowers her head, playing with her fingers. She's what?
Hallie. I think I know how to contact her.
The backpack in my bedroom flashes through my mind. Really? Tell me, I'll contact her now.
No.
She suddenly perks up. Why? I've already taken out my phone.
I don't want to. Let's just drop it.
I'll just say hello to her.
No, it's not like that.
She shakes her head vigorously.
Oh, and here we are.
I look up. A strange building comes into my view. Definite angles and lines divide its structure into various cuboids, as every noticeable surface is constructed by pure concrete, without any decorations. Sounds like a pretty boring building. A short concrete wall connects the guardhouse at the school gate, expanding into the campus. Despite being a rather immense gate, that concrete board besides it doesn't have any signs on it to point out at least its name, just plain blank, carrying my thoughts away. What a weird place. School gate is left wide open without any person coming in or out, and the guardhouse stays dark under the dimming sky.